So this advisor got caught, but it was too late. The money had already been gone. Can you imagine getting a call from your mom saying, honey, I got my bank statement and something just doesn't look right? You go, okay, I'll be over after work to take a look at it. She says, okay, thank you. Well, that call could have come a lot sooner, but it was too late. The money was gone. See, the problem with this was he was a nice man. This advisor brought her flowers and chocolates and took her shopping and took her to the bank. He was such a nice man. How could this happen? Believe it or not, in my 30 plus years in experience in the financial services industry, I've seen this time and time again. And it's time for you to learn how to protect yourself and your loved ones. So the story is this: out in the state of Washington, an advisor working with a very well-known firm. If I told you the name, you'd know the name. They have stadiums named after them. Took on an elderly client who really, really liked him. He really liked her. And at the end of the day, he stole $1 million of her money, and she had no idea. How does this happen? Well, I can tell you one thing. If you're an adult but have aging parents, pay attention. Pay attention to who they're inviting into their lives. So here's the issue in this particular case. It was trust. And there was a famous president that years ago said, trust, but verify. And that was the part that wasn't there. The verification of this advisor had not been done. It was just a relationship. And unfortunately, that happens, as I said, all too often. Had the advisor been vetted properly, the family would have seen that just a few years prior, there were a number of complaints against this advisor. This is not difficult information to find. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, go onto my website, popsyguy.com, or you can do it right here on the channel. Download the Advisor Truth Kit. It's free. I want you to use it. That'll allow you the opportunity to turn the tables and actually interview an investment advisor rather than you being interviewed by them. So here's how it happens, and I'm really speaking to those of us who have aging parents that might have some money stashed aside, a little nest egg. They are very trusting, as you well know. Most of them don't have real social skills anymore that they used to have. Very good social skills, as a matter of fact. They would trust pretty much everybody until that trust was not warranted or not deserved anymore. Now it's all internet. Now it's all technology. And if you know these folks, they're not that comfortable with technology. And the advisors know that. The advisors who are looking to take advantage of these people know that technology is not their strong suit. So what do they say? They say, you don't worry about that. I will handle it. If we need something done, you just let me, you sign this. This gives me the ability to work on your behalf in your account. I'll take care of everything. You don't have to download any apps. You don't have to go on the computer. I will take care of it for you. As soon as you hear that, red flags should be waving. That's exactly what happened in this particular case. The widow really trusted this man because he was a nice man. He helped her out. He got the authority to be named on her bank statements, named on her investment accounts, ended up not only taking her money, but apparently she had a sister who had passed away, and all of that money went to her. So not only did he steal the $1 million from this poor lady, he took another $1 million from the deceased sister. So really, it's $2 million. But the good news is, if there is good news, he's going to be serving jail time and is promising to pay restitution, but that money's been spent. All too often you hear it. And you're not immune to it. Please understand when I tell you this. Just because you're savvy with technology and you understand how people work, I can tell you right now, in the investment advisor or the financial services industry, there are people who wake up every single morning and their sole desire is to steal your money. Now, are they all bad? Absolutely not. But if you are in a position where you're looking to hire a financial advisor, or you'd like a little bit more detail on the one you have right now, as I said, go on to popsyguy.com and take a look at our advisor suitability. I knew a man years ago down in the Miami area, ran a wonderful, still does, wealth management firm. And he had hats printed, red hats, and it just said, F word. And people would stop him. He would wear the hat, and people would stop him and say, what do you mean F word? I said, well, what do you mean? It's fiduciary. So he was a proponent and still is of working with a fiduciary. So when you're investing your money and you're looking to hire an advisor, that is the baseline fiduciary standard that you should be looking for, is somebody who is a fiduciary, which is a legal term that means they are working in your best interest. There are no conflicts of interest. So as you're interviewing advisors or going to see somebody that you'd like to work with, ask them straight out, are you a fiduciary? And if they say yes, go back to what President Reagan used to say, trust that statement, but verify. Ask them to show you how they can prove that they're a fiduciary. Usually that's in a regulatory filing, buried deep into the filing, but if they are truly a fiduciary, they'll pull that out and show it to you. 99.9% of people that I have interviewed don't know how to read those documents. It's critical to understand what's behind the facade. Lastly, I'll leave you there, and I don't mean to make this a scaremongering video, but there are plenty of senior citizens, people in their late 70s, early 80s, who are sitting on a lifetime of wealth, retirement, home, things of that nature, and they're being asked to turn that over to an advisor that they don't know, that this person is a nice person. They couldn't possibly take advantage of me. Why would they do that? It's happening every single day. So if you are in a situation where A, you're about ready to retire, be sure you vet the person that's going to be managing your life savings. Or B, if you're somebody who has, as I mentioned at the outset, an elderly parent, find out what's going on, ask the questions. If you haven't met the advisor, I absolutely recommend that you sit in on the next meeting or the next phone call. You need to understand how they work, how they're compensated, whose best interests are they working in. Unfortunately, you may not be surprised to hear that they are working in their own best interest, not your parent or even in yours. If this content provided any value to you, certainly hit the like button. Join the family. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. But until we meet again, this is Popsy Guy saying, have a great day.